Hello and welcome back to Talk with J.O., where it's all about inspiring stories. This is your host, Jacktone Otieno, and this is the second part of an amazing episode that I'm having with Michelle Kasuto. She's a 12-year-old. She's Kenyan Senegalese, and she has an incredible story. If you haven't watched part one, make sure you go and watch it, right here on this channel. And feel free to, subscribe to the channel if you haven't to. If this is your first time to come to the channel, share it with everyone. Share it with your relatives, your friends, your dogs, your cats, anyone. Let them know that they can subscribe, and hit that, bell, so that anytime we post a new video, you can get a notification, and that will be awesome. Let's grow this channel together. So, second part, man. Michelle, it's good to have you still on this second part. So Michelle, for those of you who haven't watched the first one, she's Kenyan, but she lives in Senegal. And you moved to Senegal when you were how old? Because now you're 12 years old.
Yes. I think I moved there when I was around 4 or 5.
You're 4 or 5?
Yeah.
But you were speaking Swahili then?
Yeah.
Can you speak Swahili now?
No.
What words can you remember in Swahili? What can you remember? Or what do you know? What Swahili words do you know?
I know mambo.
Mambo? What else? Do you know greetings apart from mambo?
I knew, but I forgot.
Oh my goodness.
I know how to say some questions.
Okay.
Ask questions and answer, but I pronounce them really wrongly.
You pronounce them really wrong. So what's going to happen is that we have a deal next year. I'm visiting Michelle and the family, and we have a deal that by September next year, or not next year, but this year, September actually, this year, 2021, you should have upgraded your Swahili. When I come, we'll speak fluent Swahili. So this second part, because Michelle wants to be an author, she wants to be a fashion designer, she wants to be a film director, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to be the guest for this part, and she's going to be the host. So Michelle, I want you to take it away. Look into the camera, do your thing, invite people. So let's assume we're just starting this show. We're starting Talk with J.O.
Okay.
Invite guys on the show, and I'll just sit back here and relax and enjoy, and I'll be your guest. I hope I'll do a good job. I know you do a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start. Hello viewers, welcome back to Talk with J.O. And today your host Michelle Kasuto. We have a guest. It's his future media superlative personality. It's Jacktone Otieno.
That's right. Yep. Thank you for having me, Michelle. So good to come on your show. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
I was looking forward to be here.
Let's start by you telling us your story.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
All right. So I am. My name is Jacktone Otieno. I'm a radio, TV, and events expert. So I'm into events management. So with an events management company called Lois Events Managers. We do both social and corporate events, and I also run a production company, that does this. It's called Bamba Studios, and we do radio and TV production, documentaries production, and events coverage. I also host a radio show, and so I'm part of a team, leadership team for Sauti Radio, which is an online radio station that targets Africans in the diaspora. So people like you, who are in the diaspora, of course in Senegal, but you're Kenyan. People, Africans in the US, in Asia, in Europe, in Australia. So those are the kind of people we're targeting on the online radio station. So I host a show there every Wednesday, 3 to 6 p.m. East African time. I'm very passionate about leadership, very passionate about mentorship in terms of, the next generation like you, people. So that's something I'm really passionate about. And yeah, I am born again. I love Jesus. I'm always very proud of that. Because God's been really good and faithful to me. So that's something I'm never ashamed to declare, that I'm a follower of Jesus. Yeah. So yeah, I'm the first one. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah. So.
Did you always want to be in the media?
Honestly, no. Yeah. So, growing up, I was really good in maths. Yeah, in my primary school. I went to a school called Kitale Academy. Now it's called Kitale School. And I really wanted to be so I thought I was going to be a mathematician. Yeah. And getting to high school, yeah. So I went to 2 high schools. One was a mixed school in my Form 1 and Form 2. And then it was called the Immaculate Conception Mukuyu in Kitale. And then Form 3 and Form 4 I went to St. Joseph's Boys High School. And really, really good school. It's a national school, so it's really good. And I was doing well in maths. I would get like, the first school I would get like 97% or 100%. The other school, I got a serious maths teacher. In fact, I met him towards the end of December, and I asked him, Mwalimu, why were you always studying the math, man? Because he would tell us, if you got a 40% and above in his cards or exams, it was so difficult. And I tried, there are a few times I got like 50 something percent or 60 something. But he told that if you get a 40% and above, definitely you're gonna get an A. And I did. I got an A and I gave him. So I told him, Mwalimu, why were you doing this? And you're saying, man, Kazanat, tightening the bolt. Said there's no way yeah. So during that time, my vision and desire to be a mathematician, I knew, hey, you know what? I'm not just going to be a mathematician. I think now I want to shoot for a professor for maths. Yeah. So when I finished high school, I applied for school for University of Nairobi to do actuarial science. Yeah. Said, okay, if I'm good in maths, that's what I'm going to do. So unfortunately, like the cutoff point, my grade could not allow me to get actuarial science. So I was called to Maseno University for communication and media. Yeah. And so I tried to change several times, and I applied for University of Nairobi for actuarial science. I got admission for parallels, like private. You pay private, and by the time I was being called, I already had started school at Maseno University. I said, let me just start this media thing. I even tried to change the course, I couldn't. But in retrospect, I was like, at my church, my pastor, my bishop, who happens to be your grandpa? Yeah, Bishop Ombogo. Shout out to you, Bishop Ombogo, man, from JPEC Center in Kitale. He's like really mentored and helped me out grow in the faith. Teaching the right doctrine. So he used to, when I was really young, we started converting the tape. I don't know if you know the tape technology, the cassettes. I don't know if you know about that. Yeah. So now I know you know about the SD cards and memory stick or flash disks or whatever, or hard drive. So we had the cassettes, tape technology. So we're converting. So I used to sit in his office like the whole night, converting from tape technology to digital technology in the computer. Yeah, and see, that's media stuff. And then at church, I would shoot. And I hadn't studied. I was just, here's a camera, shoot. So in retrospect, I was like, I think God was actually preparing me for this media thing. So that's how I ended up in the media. So when I finished, so I studied communication and media, and I specialized in radio and TV production. Yeah. And when I finished, I got into business, and here we are, man, doing production. And this is something I want to grow old doing. When I have white hair, I still want to be, of course, mentor other people, but I still want to be speaking on the camera. I would die doing production. It's something I love. I can do without being paid, This is something I really love. Yeah.
Okay, so who was your mentor, your role model?
Actually, my greatest role model, interesting enough, is my dad. Yeah, my dad is a businessman. He runs a hardware in Italy, and he's a very hardworking guy, man. Until today, he wakes up at 4 a.m. without fail, man. Like, he's up at 4 a.m. Ready to go to work, and I'm like, man, I mean, I can't wake up. I mean, I only wake up at 4 a.m. or 4:30. Most creatives like sleep very late, so I can't sleep 2 hours if I slept at 2. Yeah. So, but the point is, he's my greatest role model, especially in terms of hard work. Because even growing up, all my holidays during school, I used to go to the hardware shop and work with him and just assist him. So I think he's my greatest role model. Yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, of course there are people I look up to in the industry who are doing amazing things. I think I like Tyler Perry. He's a great leader, man. He's so visionary. He's very passionate. I like his story. People see the guy, the billionaire, the guy who is doing amazing things in film. He has a huge studio in Atlanta, Georgia. Probably one of the biggest owned by an African American. And very few people know his story. How he started, how he really struggled to fill up theater halls, doing drama, and how he was doing office work and writing scripts in his car, sleeping in the car because he didn't have a home. And he's really worked hard to get where he is. So those kind of people really inspire me, and especially I think he's one of the guys who've really made it in the film industry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think is your greatest achievement for now?
Okay, so my greatest achievement actually is to be able to mentor very passionate young guys and small businesses. I've mentored quite a number of businesses, who are people who are very passionate about photography, videography, and other small businesses. So I think they're about 13. For me, that's my greatest achievement. There are people who have come and worked under me, and now they have started their own small production companies. There are quite a number. Yeah.
Moving on to the next question. What are the challenges in your career?
Challenges, especially in the media production, is equipment. Yeah, you see, even these 3 cameras we have here, equipment is very expensive. Yeah, so it takes lots of investment to get it, because it's a content creation field, and you need proper gear, not just anything, and it's very expensive to acquire gear. So that's like a setback or a big challenge, because you need finances. So if you don't have the finances, means you don't have the gear to do that. And then I think the field is growing and it's so dynamic. So what's happening is that we have a lot of young people. I'll give an example, like in the photography field, like in the events management company, we had an interesting challenge. We have photographers who are budding and coming up, and they charge really low prices. Yeah, so you as a professional, if you put out your red card with the standard price, it's kind of a setback, because say, why would I go for you and this someone is going to charge me like 50K for a work that should be 100K? So yeah, but you must be smart to navigate the industry. It's like for me, I try to learn every day the trends, the market trends, the innovations, what's new in the industry, and so being that up to game at least helped me to bring in my A game and helps me to navigate my way out. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
What is your advice to the young people out there that want to be in the production industry?
Okay, to the young guys, man, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. You must. If you look at the wealthiest people in the world, like from here in Kenya and wherever, in Senegal and all over the world, they're very, very hardworking people. So there's no shortcut. You have to work hard. Young people today want to drive a top of the range car without working hard. They want to live in a very fancy house or neighborhood. You must work hard. It's possible to actually achieve all those things, but you have to work hard. You must be focused. You must be very passionate. So that drives you. It's not the money. It's not you're not going to work to make money, but you're going to work to add value and to solve problems. I think the last thing is that the world has a lot of problems. So you as a young guy there, try and identify what problem out there needs to be solved. You provide a solution, money will come running after you because you have the solution. So we have to come and pay you for that service. Yeah.
Next question. What is your ultimate career goal?
So one of my key goals right now, I want to play a part in telling the African story. So I am currently in talks with an American production company. I want to develop content from Kenya and Africa for the American market. That's my goal. That's like my biggest, right now it's like my biggest vision and goal. And I know we're going to achieve that. The deal is to, do shows from Uganda, from Rwanda, from Malawi, from South Africa, from where. But charity begins at home. So I want to start from Kenya. So hopefully, God willing, within the next 2 years, I should have one of my shows airing on Nat Geo or Animal Planet or History Channel or HGTV, specifically in America. And hopefully maybe other doors can open in Europe. But that's my goal, and I pray I can achieve that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're thankful for having you, Mr. Jacktone Otieno. We're so thankful. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And we're so excited to have you on our show tonight.
Thank you. Look at you! Amazing! So that was Michelle Kasuto. This is Talk with J.O. Michelle, you did so well.
Thank you.
I think you should take this seat and I should, just maintain. I think you're a better host than me. Yeah? Anyway, I want to wish you all the best in your career. I think you did amazing, You can, on that comment section, let us know what you think how Michelle did it. But I think you did amazing. You are excellent. Yeah. I wish you all the best in all that you do. Godspeed. Yeah. Thank you for watching today's episode. I had Michelle Kasuto here on this part 2 of this series. And remember, Talk Today is all about inspiring stories. Watch out for next week. We're going to be having a new guest. We're going to be having a new interesting story. So, yeah, feel free to share this everywhere. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you. And, have a good week. Adios.